Good afternoon, all. So today we'll discuss last question from the MCQs. Here the last question is for I in a range 10. Here only one argument is passed. If only one argument is given, then it will always start with the number 0, 0 to 10. So here this for loop, it will be iterated from 0 to 9. Okay, 10 minus 1 means 9. And by default, here value will be 1 for the third argument. Means the value of I, it will be incremented by 1 each and every time. Okay. So here then in for loop at the starting, the value of I will be 0. We'll check whether that I mod 2 is equal to 0. 0 mod 2 is equal to 0. This one is the correct one. So it will give you the output true and not of this. Not of this means it will give you the false. So here the condition will become false and this statement will not be printed. After that we'll move to the next iteration. The value of I, it will be incremented by 1. Now the value of I is equal to 1 here. Okay. So we'll check whether that I mod 2 is equal to 0. 1 mod 2 is not equal to 0. So here this time the value is a false. Okay. So not of this false. Not of this false means it will give you the output true here. Okay. So next we'll execute this statement which is given within the if statement. Print I plus 1. 1 plus 1. So the value 2 will be printed here. Okay. After that we'll move to the next iteration. Now the value of I, it will become 2. This value is a even number. Okay. So 2 mod 2. All even numbers are divided by the 2. And that's why for all the even numbers, this value will be 0. So it will be true and not of this means it will be the false. So for 2, this I plus 1 will not be printed. Now increase the value of I by the 1. In value of I is equal to 3 right now. 3 is a odd number. So 3 mod 2, this value is not equal to 0. Now this value is false. Not of this means it is a true. So the condition is true. So the statement given within the if statement, it will be executed. So 3 plus 1, 4 will be printed. Same for the next one. Now the value of I, it will become 4. 4 as it is a odd number, as it is an even number. Because of this statement will not be printed. So now we increase the value of I by the 1. Now the value of I is 5. 5 is a odd number. So for odd number 5 mod 2, this value is not equal to 0. So this condition is a false and the false of this one is not of this false is true. So this if statement, it will be executed and it will print I plus 1 means 6 will be printed here. 5 plus 1 is a 6. After that increase the value of I by the 1. Now the value of I is a 6. So 6, it is an even number. So this statement will not be executed. We'll move to the next iteration. Now the value of I is equal to 7. So for 7, we'll check. 7, it is an odd number. So 7 mod 2, this value will be false. Not of this, it is again true. So if statement will be executed. So 7 plus 1, 8 will be printed here. After that, increase the value of I by the 1. Now the value of I is equal to 8 here. Okay. 8, it is a even number. So even number 8, that's why this if statement will not be executed. We'll move to the next iteration. Now the value of I is equal to 9. So if not 9 mod 2. So 9 mod 2, this odd number, odd 9 mod 2 is not equal to 0. This value is false. Not of this means it is a true. So it will print 9 plus 1, 10. This value will be printed. Now increase the value of I by the 1. So now the value of I will become 10. But this 10 value is out of range. 0 to 9 you need to execute this for loop for the 0 to 9 value of I, right? So for 10, this for loop will be terminated as the value of I is out of this range. And next statement, if any next statement is given in your program, it will be executed. Your next statement is not given, so you will get output here 2, 4, 6, 8 and 10. Okay, thank you for watching this video.